that resilience that we're seeing, that push higher, okay, it might come to an end today, but that push higher in US stocks, has that come as something of a surprise?
It's been very impressive price action in US stocks, and like Kriti, I was quite stunned by that rebound in consumer confidence. I think the nominal levels, are still way well down from where they were only a few months ago, because we really fell a long way. But it was quite a powerful bounce, and we seem to be seeing this impact that we get a threatening tariff headline, we get a Trump reversal, and we nearly seem to be in a better position than we were before, which doesn't really make sense because there is uncertainty for businesses, there is raised costs for businesses. As we know, in April, we talked a lot about we expected a relief rally. Markets had got over bearish on what's a very, very long-term multi-year theme of the end of US exceptionalism. But still, this resilience has gone further than I expected. Price action is very good. And I think the pain trade from here is to continue to squeeze higher. So maybe Nvidia beats tonight. That said, the backdrop, the long-term trade, we always said this, Guy asked whether we're in the fog right now. We are in the fog. We knew that we were going to be in the fog because the hard data is probably not going to show real pain until at least June and maybe not till July. And therefore, we always knew that this was going to be a really tough period to trade because the long-term structural trades are clear. The sell America trade is valid. Dollar weakness long-term. Treasury is going to stay under pressure long-term. And US stocks will underperform. But are they going to underperform in a bull market or a bear market? That's what's harder to know.
Mark, I'm trying to figure out the 40-year, the Japanese 40-year. I've never cared about the Japanese 40-year before in my life. And suddenly I care about the Japanese 40-year. How is the Japanese 40-year connected to the rest of the world? Why do I need to worry about it? Should I be worrying about it? Is this some sort of systemic risk story that I need to be thinking about folding into other asset classes?
Yes, I think the short answer is yes. We probably don't have time to go in the details of that. For the details, probably read my colleague Simon White's piece on this, excellent, from a week ago, Macroscope column. But the fact is, Japan has this massive debt. Now, yes, a lot of the debt is owned by the BOJ and it's owned domestically, but that doesn't change the fact that they've got this very, very large debt pile, and many people see the long-term outcome is they're going to have to monetize it. And now with rising inflation, rising yields, they're in a bit of a negative spiral there at the moment. And the fact is, if Japanese investors, who are one of the largest holders of foreign assets around the world, particularly US assets, if they bring capital home to buy higher yields in Japan, that's going to have knock-on consequences around the world. So that's the short answer. Not enough time for the long one.
All right. Well, putting you on the spot, Mark, 20 seconds. When does that sentiment bleed into Europe?
I think it will do. I think this is a global debt reckoning, but this is a really long-term story. We were debating this morning, is this even a story for this year, or is it more for next year? I feel like we're at the initial stages of this debt blowout. How quickly it moves is really, really hard to predict. These things go very quickly, then really slowly, and then suddenly they go off a cliff again. I don't think we're at the cliff yet.